Hello. I've had a lot of questions lately, especially when sending out samples, just about the basic application process of how to apply your wraps. So I'm just going to make a simple video just going over exactly how I apply my wraps. The first thing that you want to do is prep your nails. This is really important. If you do not have your nails clean and dry and have your cuticles pushed back, it's going to affect your application probably more than anything else that you're going to do, because the wrap does not adhere to cuticle and it also will not adhere to grease and dirt. So you want to make sure you have a clean surface to start with. When I push my cuticle back, I either do it right after a bath or shower where my skin is kind of moist, and I just use an orange stick or my nail and push it back. That's what I did already, so mine are finished. Otherwise, the other thing I like to do is use our cuticle remover pen. That's really simple. You just put it on the cuticle area, let it sit for a couple minutes, and then again I use my orange stick and push my cuticles back so they're out of the way. So those are two ways of doing that. And then you want to swab your nails with some sort of cleaning or degreasing agent. You can use rubbing alcohol, fingernail polish remover. I use the Jamberry cleanser. That's nice because it doesn't have any conditioners in it, which you want to avoid using something with a conditioner, because at this stage you're trying to kind of get the oils and stuff out so that you have a nice surface for the wrap to go on. So I have that done. I pushed my cuticles back, I swabbed all my nails with some of the cleanser, so they're all nice and clean. The next step would be deciding what size wrap you need. Sometimes people can feel overwhelmed by this. I'm going to use a different one, easier to see. It's really simple. What I do, you have a nice clear backing here so you can see through. I hold the nail up behind the wrap, if you can kind of see it, and I line it up on one side, and then I just roll it over. That gives me a really good idea of how it's going to fit, and I can see right through the clear backing to know if there's going to be a gap on the side or if it's too long and hanging over onto the skin. That's my main trick for sizing. Once you do it a couple times too, you're going to know what size you use, and that you won't even really have to measure. For me, I know that for my pinky, I use this second wrap. I apply my wraps cold. I just think that's easier. So that's how I always do it. So I hold my wrap up to my nail and just cut it a little bit longer than my nail. You can do that step however you want. You can hold the nail up, you can just eyeball it. That's not super important. So now that I have it cut. It's a little bit longer than my nail, and I am just gonna put it right on there. I'm being careful not to. Yeah. My daughter is eating in the high chair watching, so I'm gonna be careful when I place that to not place it so close to the skin that it's touching, because that will inhibit me from having a good seal, and also having it a little ways away from the cuticle. You don't really need a gap, but you just want to make sure that it's not overlapping onto the cuticle. So now that I have that placed, I'm going to get my heater on. Because I did it cold, if I didn't get it placed right the first time, you can take it off and reapply it before it's heated. That's kind of the advantage of doing it the cold way, because you have that ability to peel it back up and put it back in case you didn't get it quite right. So I want to heat it up. I just hold, I'm using my heater here, hold it up until my finger feels hot. It doesn't take very long. And I'm going to use my rubber cuticle pusher, and I'm going to go around and get the sides and the edge and the base. And then what I do here is I just heat it up again just a little bit, because I know I have a little curve in my nails. And then I'm going to pull the excess just kind of over the tip, and this helps me prevent any bubbling on the sides and the tip, because I just have it heated up a little bit and just pull it, so I pull all those bubbles and everything out. At this point, the nail looks like that. It's all sealed. It's just got some excess on there. I also have short nails, so the filing doesn't work for me, so I use a nail clipper. Now that it's cooled for a second, I just go and clip the excess off so it's the shape that I want and the length that I want. And one more little clip here. Now you can see, now it just looks like a regular old painted fingernail. Then I'm going to heat it one more time, just like this. And again, I hold it up till my finger feels hot. And then I press one more time. There. That's it. Very simple. So, for my next nail, I'm just gonna do the same thing. Hold the nail up. I cut it just a little bit longer than my natural nail. Place it on the nail like this. Kind of smooth it out a little bit. And I'm going to warm it up again until my finger feels hot. I'm using my rubber cuticle pusher here to make sure that's pushed down on the side. Now is when I want to make sure I don't have it touching any skin or cuticle. That I have it on right so it won't break the seal later. And again, I'm just going to pull the excess a little bit, get the bubbles out of the side and the tip. And then I'm going to clip. Get it all clipped and shaped right. Warm it up one more time. And press it. When your wraps are warm, you have a lot of leeway. You have a lot of leeway to move them, to stretch them, to conform to your nail and make sure that they don't have bubbles. So if you feel at any point that you have a little bubble, you can just heat it back up and apply pressure and smooth it out until you release that bubble. So those are the two nails I have. I'm wearing grapefruit, which I'm excited about. It's my first solid, actually. So the other thing I wanted to mention is don't worry about getting the exact perfect size. I know when I first started wearing them, I was very obsessed with making sure that there was no nail showing at all. But as I've learned, it's just not worth it. You're never going to notice if there's a teeny tiny slit there of skin or of nail showing. It's going to be way easier to just use the size that's closest and put it on. I mean, you are looking at my nails really close there and you're not noticing it. But if I pulled my skin back a little bit, you can maybe kind of see it. But there is just a tiny gap there. But my skin pretty much covers it. No one would ever notice it unless they were, you know, really examining my nails. So to me, it's just not worth the hassle. And I think you'll find that your wraps apply much better if you just embrace that gap a little bit and just use the closest size that you have and avoid trimming. So again, pretty simple. You just place the wrap on cold, heat it for a few seconds, press it, clip it, and heat it again, and you're done. If you have any questions, definitely message me or email me and I will help you or make another video to make sure that you understand how to do it, because I want you to know how to use your wraps and enjoy them as much as I do. Thanks for watching.